it is my pleasure to invite our next speaker, Fiona Landford. Fiona is a counselor. She empowers struggling parents, carers, and neurodivergent families in regional and rural Australia to elevate their awareness, acceptance, and adaptability so they can embrace their uniqueness. Today, Fiona is presenting on empowering neurodivergent families, 3 ways to embrace uniqueness. Over to you, Fiona.
In the words of Dr. Bruce Perry, ultimately, what determines how children survive trauma, physically, emotionally, or psychologically, is whether the people around them, particularly the adults that they should be able to trust and rely upon, stand by them with love, support, and encouragement. Who here knows neurodivergence is? Who here lives with neurodivergence in some form? Who is struggling to know how to find and access services that affirm and support neurodivergent people? Who resonates with feeling overwhelmed by information or people's opinions? Who has ever felt like they're struggling to meet the needs of someone who is neurodivergent? For over 20 years, I have worked and lived in the neurodivergent field. I have now taken this collective knowledge and lived experience as part of a neurodivergent family and designed a 6-week program to empower struggling parents, carers, and neurodivergent families in regional and rural Australia to elevate their awareness, their acceptance, and their adaptability, and learn to embrace their uniqueness. Parenting, caring for children is complex at the best of times. When we add to that the challenges of neurodivergence or disabilities, our own expectations and the expectations of others, it can cause us to doubt ourselves, our abilities, and our abilities to meet the needs of the ones we love, especially within our families. A recent study conducted by the Australian Bureau of Statistics found that around 357,000 Australian children between 0 and 14 have some level of disability. This same study identified over 205,000 people in Australia living with autism. And another study suggests almost 50,000 children were subjected to complex trauma in the period of 2020 to 2021. When we doubt ourselves, we limit our ability to meet our own needs and the needs of others in many ways. Renowned speaker and author and expert on trauma, addiction, stress, and childhood development, Dr. Gabor Mate says this: children aren't traumatized because they're hurt. They're traumatized because they are alone with that hurt. Let's change the story. There is no failure in seeking help. My husband and I have had over 36 children in our care. When we agreed to foster a sibling group of 4 children, we were aware there would be challenges, but we were also naive as to the depth of the challenges we would face. We heard from professionals that were aiming too high. Our expectations were unrealistic. We needed to lower our standards. Catching up with friends became less frequent. Phone calls from school only meant more social problems, and we slowly became isolated. During this journey, our lives intertwined with a sprinkling of beautiful people where conversations were real, people who really listened. We felt heard, validated, valued. We have cared for children born addicted to drugs, children who have experienced abuse that words cannot explain, emotional, psychological, physical, abandonment, manipulation, grooming, children with disabilities, children with extreme behavioural challenges, children with unrecognized and unacknowledged neurodiversity. We began to lose our focus, our determination, our belief that things could be different, and we hit rock bottom, felt lost. We reached out for help, to find we weren't eligible because we weren't in crisis. So we regrouped, we found our fight. In a last-ditch effort to hold on to the belief that things could change, we chose to challenge the very processes that were designed to help, and we won. A trauma therapist saw our name and recognised it. They reached out to help. They had hope. In my first one-on-one meeting, the therapist asked how I was doing, and I cried for the hour. It was a safe space, free from judgment, and I didn't have to be strong and hold it together. We worked together for an extended period of time. They made no promises, but there was a flicker of hope that slowly grew. Humour, fun came back into our lives, and things were lighter. This beautiful human challenged me to retrain in order to not only offer my skills and knowledge in this field, but to share my understanding and my lived experience of the complexity of neurodiversity, in order to give hope to others and to equip them to celebrate the uniqueness of their situation. This year, I have worked with Joe Pane and am a founding member of the Emotional Fitness Formula. Through the Emotional Fitness Formula and a behavioural analysis profile such as extended DISC or eDISC, I can further support parents, carers, and neurodivergent families to develop an accurate picture of their energies, how they use them, and identify those that can be further strengthened. In developing our emotional fitness, positive and informed choices can be made in order to elevate our awareness, our acceptance, and our adaptability, and be equipped with the skills we need to be so that we can be with our children and neurodivergent family members, to understand, to guide, to comfort, and ultimately learn to celebrate who they are as well as ourselves, and embrace the uniqueness of being part of a neurodivergent family. In 2023, I am launching a 6-week program designed to empower struggling parents, carers, and neurodivergent families in regional and rural Australia to elevate their awareness, acceptance, and adaptability so that they can embrace the uniqueness that is them. I believe a quote from Dr. Bruce Perry sums things up really well. Fire can warm or consume. Water can quench or drown. Wind can caress or cut. And so it is with human relationships. We can create and destroy, nurture and terrorize, traumatize and heal each other. If I can support you on your journey, if you want to elevate your awareness, acceptance, adaptability, and embrace your family's uniqueness and this resonates with you, I invite you to click my website link, which I've popped into the chat, and book your complimentary obligation-free consult. I look forward to connecting with you very soon.